Alrighty, I'm going to talk about Aboriginal foods, and this may interest you. Excuse I. Now, there's a whole stack of different bush foods in this country. In actual fact, there is a native kind of cocaine. I'm not joking. I found that one out a long, long time ago, but I've never seen the plant. I've only read of it and used to have its botanical name, but I believe it's up in the sort of right up in the north near the West Australian Northern Territory border or something like that. But it is actually native cocaine. But we ain't talking about getting high, we're talking about food. And, you know, they've got a whole multitude of different things. One of the ones we've got locally is bush tomatoes. And, yeah, they taste bloody bland. They don't taste anything like a tomato, but they sort of look a little bit like it on the outside. They've got a lot of seeds in them, hell of a lot of seeds. And I've been watching a bit on NITV, National Indigenous Television, and this woman showed her local area's bush foods and some of the medicines and whatnot as well, because you've got quite a lot of medicines too. And yeah, there's one that she showed, and it was only very small, but she said, oh, this is a lime. But she said in good years, with, you know, plenty of rainfall and right conditions, these things, these little limes that they only had a little tiny tiddler about an inch big, she said they're the size of an orange sometimes, in the right season conditions and all that. There's stacks of different things, you know, seeds from wattles. There's a whole heap of different things they now sell as herbs and that, but they're very hard to come by. I've seen someone else had a segment on that a while ago, and I was watching that. One person asked, oh, I can't seem to find this anywhere online. Do you know where to get it from? Yeah. Aboriginals won't have internet stores. You'd be lucky if they got a mobile phone. Aboriginals who have iPhones and iPads are these ones that are actually 95% white and live in the city. Yeah. Yeah, they're not sort of real heavy on the technology and all that sort of business. You know, it's just not them. But, you know, there's heaps of different foods. I wish I could name a lot of them. There's yams up in Queensland, I think, you know, like a sweet potato thing under the ground. I'm not really down pat on a lot of their foods. So, yeah, I might be shooting a bit blind here. But, you know, there's different ones that if you go to some of these places, especially the places down here and other ones where they've got like the Aboriginal Centre sort of thing, and it's a little government funded place where, you know, a lot of them hang around and come to, you know, meet and help each other out and that. They know a lot about what's what, and they're showing a bit of that. I wish they could go into more detail, but they're showing a bit of it on TV, National Indigenous Television. So yeah, I sort of say something, oh, you get this and you get that and the da-da-da, and I'm thinking, well, do you dry it out, or can you eat it when it's, you know, like that, or you got to wait a few days, or you got to, you know, is there a way, how do you tell if it's ripe or it's not ripe, and sort of, oh, get left asking a few questions. But yeah, they have reeds that they weave stuff with. I might as well get on with spears and all that too. They used to say that, oh, the Aboriginals, you know, mustn't have had a chance against white man with gun. No, it was the other way around. White man with a flintlock that was useless as crap, that'd take blooming, you know, 30 seconds to lift it, put the powder in the flash pan, and then fully cock it, and then too late. you're dead within 10 seconds. Like, not dead, but you had a spear in your guts within 10 seconds. Aboriginals really whoop some ass down in Tasmania in regards to that. And surprise, surprise, literally only walk down the hill from where I live and there is a bluestone building there with gun-slit windows for shooting Aboriginals out of when the Aboriginals used to attack the settlers who built that building down the hill from me. One day I shall show that building too. Hopefully. I think the owner will agree because we sort of know the owners. Anyway, you know, they were just so skilled and so quick with spears that no guns ever stood a chance. That's why a lot of kangaroos didn't stand a chance against them either, because they just blooming whoop. And a lot of them, they don't just throw the spear as is necessarily. They got this way, and I've seen it done. It's a spear thrower. It's like a little wooden thing that's sort of like a long piece that's like maybe 6-8 inches, and then it's got like this bit that curves over at the back, and it's just a piece of wood that they've sort of carved into shape. And they get you get your thumb and your back two fingers, your little finger and your next one, and you hold part of it, and then you stick your finger, your middle finger underneath the spear, and your little your index finger over the top of it, and or something like that. I've seen it being done, but it's been a while since I've seen it. And they just boom and they throw. And if you throw with one of those and you're pretty good, you'll be able to keep it straight. And when you get hit by a spear, well, you know, I shouldn't need to explain that to you, what that'll be like. Do they put tipped heads on them? I can't really remember, but I don't think so. I will tell you one thing. If you've seen stuff made by Maoris, stuff made by Thursday Islanders, which is an island up north, they're not really Aboriginals, they're Thursday Islanders. If you see all these other native people around Australia and, you know, within close proximity to it, and New Zealand and some of the other Pacific region ones, if you see their spears, bow and arrows and all that stuff, and baskets and stuff like that, they are so high quality comparative to Aboriginals. Aboriginal stuff is, she looks pretty rough when you see it. For the quality of the spear and stuff like that, it looks a bit sort of rough on it. It's unfortunate to say, but it's true, because I've seen all this stuff in the museum in Brisbane, and they had the whole lot side by side, and my gosh, it stood out quite a bit. But yeah, they've also got a certain kind of reed they get locally, and I've seen it flowering around here, and I sort of know what it is. And that's what they used to weave baskets out of. But they make these other little things out of wood. They grind it out as a tiny little flat bit of wood, and they'll carry things in it as well. I think they used to, especially down here in the south, dress in kangaroo skins and stuff like that. Yeah, and I have seen photos of what look like blooming teepees, but I'm a bit fuzzy on all the buildings and whatnot. But a lot of them go for caves quite a lot in Western Australia. They used to go for caves or rock overhangs. Yeah, that was a big one they'd be in.